to a new video. I have asked some questions on Instagram and I'm going to reply to them now in a Q&A. Woo! I just want to show you the newest addition to my van. Cactus, another cactus. I made the coconut shells myself. So I've got some questions. Hello. So I've got some questions here from Instagram. Follow me there if you want to participate in other Q&As. So some questions are in Norwegian, some questions are in Swedish, some questions are in German, some questions are in English. So I'm just going to take everything and translate it to English because that's going to be the easiest. How did you start with van life? So as you might know, I live in a van. I started because I got an idea. And then like a few days later I bought the van. And then kind of that was my fate, so that's how I started. I didn't have a driving license when I got my van, so my first trip was like half a year after I got the van. And I had a really temporary build. Isn't it the Pinterestiest van you have ever seen? No? I will work on it. But I actually have a video of the first trip. I will link it somewhere. And it's actually really funny. It has like a little bit of a slow start, but I am pretty funny in that video, to say it myself. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Because I'm so afraid of every freaking thing. I'm like, if there is a problem, I'm going to die. I'm going to try dumpster diving. So, let's just start the GPS.
Willie's may be closed by the time you arrive.
Yeah, that's the point, because you don't go when they are not closed. Oh my god, I actually did it. You want to see what I got? This was the only thing I found. You use this as oil when you make food. And I don't know what was wrong with it. It was also the first trip like with a car ever I had without anyone on the side, and it was Norway and Sweden in the middle of winter and it was snow chaos. Okay, so this decided to just fall off in the middle of the motor road. I thought I was going to die, and I was also training and sleeping in the car when it was minus 15 degrees, so that was a lot. This was my first night just in the van at a random place 300 kilometers from home, like 400 kilometers from home. I was freezing my ass off. I wouldn't do it today, I think, but who knows. It was fun times. How do you warm up and then cool down after a run? So I'm at the level now where running like 10 kilometers per hour, it's perfect warm up for me. The basic warm up that I do before intervals, that is that I do 2 kilometers in like 10 kilometers per hour. But that's only before intervals. Like when I do long runs and stuff, I don't warm up. And then after the run, I do 2 kilometers to cool down. Cool downs are just to get the lactic acid out of the body before the next workout. So just very, very slow. Like I think it's better to run slower than faster on the warm up and cool down. Because you will get a much better quality out of the interval session that way. Relationships, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, love relationships? What do you mean? There will be more questions on that later. I'll take it later. How do you find structure in your days? Van life seems hectic. So yeah, sometimes when I'm traveling a lot, like going from place to place, it's a lot. It's hectic. It's hard to find a routine, kind of. And I'm not a huge routine person, but I think it's healthy for all humans to have good routines and to do the same thing over and over again, like having a structure. And right now I am in one place. I have stuff to do. I have my running. My running is helping me with structure so much, because otherwise I would be a bit everywhere. But at the same time, like, it has been nice. It has been nice to not have any structure after coming from school and close to burnout, probably deep down burnout, yeah. But now I actually have one place to be, which helps a lot with the structure, because you know where to run and you make a plan for the week. I've also been making like a lot more food recently. Yeah, that also sets the structure in the life. Have you ever participated in a cross-country skiing competition? So, it was not an official competition, but I kind of crashed a race when I was 17. So it's this race. It's called Vasaloppet. You've probably heard of it if you know stuff about cross-country skiing. And it's 90 kilometers. I hope I can't get in shit for this story, but it's kind of funny. So because it was COVID, the start from Vasaloppet, they kind of said that, okay, so it starts from this time and you can start whenever you want to in the race. So it was kind of not an official race because they had kind of gone like this with the rules. So I also went like this with the rules. So I didn't get a spot because I was too young. So on the Friday, on the weekend that I did Vasaloppet, I did the half Vasaloppet, like the skate. I had traveled 8 hours and I thought like, okay, Vasaloppet, it will take approximately 4 hours, like the 45 kilometer skate. And then I was in like 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I've never skied that fast, and I looked at my heart rate monitor like after the race, and I was like, yeah, max heart rate all the time, but it didn't feel that hard, and I was like 20 kilometers per hour, just so I was like, it was not that worth it to drive 8 hours for 2.5 hours skiing. So the day after, I just decided to do Vasaloppet. I bought like I bought the ticket for going into the tracks like that you buy when there's not Vasaloppet, and I bought that one. I bought a ticket with the bus. I went with the bus up, started with everyone else because everyone else started at the same time, kind of, even though you shouldn't start at the same time, but everyone started at the same time, and I just went with the whole thing. And I had my own stuff with me. At one station I was like, can I have some water? I didn't have a start number, but can I just have some water? And they were like, yeah, just take some soup too, just take some bread too. So I got some stuff there because I didn't have enough with me. But it was a fun experience. I also did it on skis that were 10-15 years old with the they were so bad. When I was going downhill, it was like because of it was a pattern underneath, and then we put on the sticky stuff, so it was like it didn't glide at all. So I had to do like this in the downhill. So yeah, I have unofficially participated in a cross-country skiing competition. I can link that video somewhere too, because yeah, there is a video on that too. But in that video, I'm like, hey, I did Vasaloppet, but I didn't tell this story because I didn't want to get into shit. And also, I wasn't even old enough for Vasaloppet. It was 19 years old was the limit, and I was 17. So even though I would want to like buy the ticket for Vasaloppet, I wouldn't be able to. So they went like this with the rules, then I went like this with the rules, you know? Are you single? No, I am not. How much rest days do you have in your training routine, if it's not a secret? No, it's not a secret. All my training is in Strava, by the way, so you can see exactly what I train. But the amount of rest days that I have, it's like at least 1 day a week, but often 2 days. I have found that 2 days a week is more optimal for me. So I train 5 days a week, but I can still get in a lot of volume. Like this week, I'm going to have 3 long runs that are over 40 kilometers. So I like do really heavy days when I train, and then I do like 2 rest days. Not 2 rest days in a row, it's often like 2 rest days, yeah, like separated. Like this week I had a rest day Tuesday, and now it's Friday, so I have a rest day today. How do you struggle with no motivation for your daily workout? I don't really struggle with no motivation. Like if it's not that I am too tired, and if I'm too tired I just rest, and the next day I have a lot of motivation again. Like for me, if I don't have motivation, it's a sign that I'm too tired and need to rest. Oftentimes I'm very motivated to do it, and if I'm not, like I really can't motivate myself to go do it anyway. So I train a lot, but I'm motivated for a lot of it. Today I didn't have much motivation, and then I'm having a rest day. I also trained a lot. The past 2 days I've been running 60 kilometers, so fun. How did you and your partner meet? Teehee. I went up to him on a ferry, like a long ferry. It was 42 hours ferry, and the first half an hour we both stood on deck and we watched the ferry leave the port, and I was just like, ooh. And then I went up to him, and then we started talking, and then we spent the next 42 hours together, and then We continue travel together for 3 months. Where do you plan on taking the van to live? That depends. Now the van is in Italy. We have like kind of maybe plan for the next time, but actually both me and my partner, we don't really have a like set plan for our lives, which is great. I love that. But we want to be in a warmer place in the winter, so I guess it's going to be like Morocco or something for the winter. Until the winter, like the whole summer and everything, I'm going to have the van in Italy, and I'm going to go back to Norway to like visit and work and stuff. Right now Italy, then probably Morocco. The next summer I go back to Norway with the van, so who knows? Like, that's life right now. Just take it as it is. Do you have a remote job or do you just live in the van? So I work with a lot of different stuff. I have some sponsors that I actually get money from, like for running. I have some sponsors that provide me with like things or sports drink or whatever. That helps a lot because then I don't have to buy it. And then I have some shares that like invests money kind of thing, but I don't have to check it. It's just rolling there. And then like I work a bit on my dad's hotel when I'm there. I don't know, I just live on, and I'm pretty broke. I'm fine. It's not that expensive to live in a van, so just living life, see where it takes me. If I need a job, I will just take a job. Like, I can work with whatever. Like, I have no problem washing dishes. I would rather wash dishes or paint or whatever in a country where there's sun than having a career in and living a life in a house or apartment or something in a country that is too cold, or I would rather have a less paid job and just live life than having a high paid job and just earn money. I'm not, like, if that's your thing, go do it, but it's not my thing. Maybe someday, but I doubt it because then I need to study and stuff. When do we see you in Norway again? In the summer. I'm going to Norway in the summer. I was just in Norway over Easter, but oh, a butterfly. If you didn't run, what sport would you do? That's a hard one. Probably cycling. I like there's nothing around, it's very boring, just straightforward kind of sports, and cycling is also outside. Could probably do swimming because it's a lot of hours. Like, I love when the sport has a lot of training hours. But if I would choose like some sport that I would want to be good at, but I'm so afraid of everything. Surfing would be really fun, to be good at surfing and to just spend a lot of time surfing. And if I would be good at surfing, I would definitely do surfing as a sport. But as it would be now, like if I had to quit running and just choose another sport, it would be cycling, I think. That is all that I have time for today. I need to go and check on some stuff now. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this far, comment like a frog emoji in the comment section. Thank you. Go to the comment section, not a single frog. That would be sad. Have a nice day, and I also want to just say thank you for the response on my Instagram lately. I've got a lot of new followers. I got some videos that have gone viral, like 1 million views, 6 million views. B-Bird!